Well, hello again and welcome to my YouTube channel, and thank you for dropping by and watching. If you like what you see, and please like and share and subscribe. By subscribing, any future videos that I do, you will be notified. So surely that's got to be a good thing. Right, so what I'm going to show you now is another card made using the Papercraft Society Box 37 kit made to surprise, and this has been designed by Sam Calcott. So what we will be using this time round is the stencil which comes with the kit, and also the stamps that come with the kit. So we'll be using those. So I'm going to get those out and put the rest away because we won't be using those. Some distress ink pads, and alongside my daubers which I've got ready. Stamps and stencil we've talked about. We need an A6 card blank, Versamark ink pad, a Memento Tuxedo black ink pad, silver embossing powder, and your heat gun. And you might be well asking, well, what's he going to do? Well, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to slightly change the image. I'm going to use one of the other images that come with the stamp set, and we're going to create a bauble hanging from the foliage. Again, that stamp, all of this comes within the kit apart from the colorings and, you know, your basic supplies like colorings and mediums. Your ink pads don't come included, so we're just using the stamps and the stencil that come with the kit. Everything else you need to supply yourself, which is why I'm going through the things that you will need. So let's get cracking. So I'm going to, because we're using embossing powder, and that's going to be the first thing we're going to be doing, I'm just going to go slightly over my card blank with an anti-static bag, and this is basically to remove any moisture that is on the card, because the idea being, when I put down my embossing powder, I just want it to stick where I've stenciled. So this is the stencil we'll be using. As I said, it comes with the Papercraft Society Box 37 kit, and we're using this big stencil, the big bauble. But the first thing we're going to do, I only want the taggy bit, which if I cover it up, which is the hanging bit, which is the bit at the top here. That's the only bit I'm going to emboss. So I'm going to put this down onto my card blank, and roughly about there, and then cover that with my piece of scrap paper that I've got, and then with my that's my printer going on in the background, sorry about that. So with my Versamark ink pad, I'm just going to ink within that stencil, and that's all I'm inking, is just those two areas, which is the kind of the loop which you attach the string, which we will get to in a bit. And I think that is it. I hope so. That I've done enough. I could certainly, oh, I don't know, do you know, I think it doesn't matter if you just go over the top with this. Obviously you just want to make absolutely certain and sure. Yes, right. I know I've done it because if I hold that up to the camera, you can see where I've clearly inked with the... Now, it doesn't matter if it's a slight... I mean, my Versamark ink pad is a bit grubby, so it doesn't matter because it will still stick... The bottom pad will still stick to it, so that's absolutely fine. So there we go, and that's where our little hanger is going to be. So we just put that to one side, and then we will pour the rest of our embossing powder back into our jar, and we can put that away because you won't be needing any more of that. And I'm going to put my little sample that I've done there, and I'm going to put it there so you can see what we're doing. A little reminder. Won't need that. So heat gun and heat set this. Excuse the noise. It shouldn't take too long because it's only a very small area that we are embossing. And as you can see, it's going, if I turn it slightly towards you, you can see it's going a nice silver. So we are pleased with that. Unplug my heat gun. And then put that to one side. Won't need that for a minute. And then, so that's what we've got so far. We've got a nice little hanger for our bauble. So we got our stencil back in, open up the card, and obviously you can now match that up. And I'm just going to go around. What shall I use this time? Oh, I might use the penguin because that he looks. Or shall I use the? Yeah, let's go with the penguin. I like the penguin. Right, so what I'm going to do is, with my distress ink pads and my dauber, I'm going to use broken china, and I'm just going to go lightly around the edge. Actually, should I go for tumbled glass? Yeah. No, so I'm going to stick with, yeah, so I'm going to go with broken china, dab off, and I'm just going to go very lightly around the edge of the bauble, just to give it a nice subtle frame. Like that. Put that to one side. I will clean that in a bit. And then I'm just going to get my stamp. Yes. And then my Memento ink pad. And the reason I'm using Memento is because I'm going to change my mind. I'm actually going to clean this, and I'm actually going to use my stamping platform. Many apologies, because I want this to be a bit, quite sharp, if that's the right word. So I'm going to put that back. Let's give that a quick clean, and then, oops, drop the penguin. Then get my stamping platform. I think do this on the, be on the safer side. Now, as you noticed, I have still got it. So there we go. Put the magnets down to hold my card piece in place. I have got a bit of tube just to keep it there we go. We've got our penguin. Put those away. And we can now ink up our penguin back in the Memento Tuxedo Black. And then down we go. Squish him down a little bit. Brilliant, excellent. And then for the second time, just to give it a bit more. Brilliant. So move that, move that, move that. And I'm just going to I'll show you exactly how it's come out. So let's just give this a quick clean. As many of you know, I'm quite meticulous about cleaning stamps. Those who have followed my YouTube channels, it's just something I've really got into the habit of doing, and I've learnt the hard way. So let's put our stamp back onto his sheet so we know where we are and we won't lose him. So, and the stencil we've finished with. Stamps we're going to need again in a little while, but let me just show you. Isn't that the cutest thing? So you've got a penguin inside the bauble. How cute is that? Right, okay. So what we do now, I'm just going to get the foliage stamp, which again is included in the kit, which is very nice. So it's just holly and a bit of a spruce and a few berries, so nothing too much. So we just want to ink this up in the black. So I'm just going to basically put his down like that. And again, just allow the ink to soak and make contact with the cardstock. And there we have our foliage with a bauble. So all we need now is, we've got a silver pen, a silver fine marker. This is metallic silver ink pen, so with a ruler and my fine pointed nib, which is that one. I was right the first time. So I'm just going to draw a line up to the red berry down there. So we have now, and clean the edge of the ruler just in case you've got any ink on that. So we have a bauble with a penguin inside attached to some foliage at the top. So all we need to do now is to colour. Now because I've used Memento ink pad, I will use alcohol markers. So let me just grab a few markers, and I'm just going to get the greys to colour the penguin. And I'm just going to start with the light, well, I'm going to start with Cool Grey 3. So, and just colour very carefully your penguin. And I'm just going to do his flippers or hands if you like. Just so bring him, just give him a bit of character. And so I'm just going to take the next grey up, which is slightly darker, and just a bit of highlight where the artist has drawn areas and a little bit of, and then we want a nice yellow for his beak, so we can do that. This is actually honeycomb, so just a little bit in there. So and then I'm just gonna give him a striped little scarf. I'll start with a red. So and just go in with a bit of red, just to break it up a bit. There we go. And I'm just going to go in with the blue. There we go. I'm not going to go, I'm going to not go too mad with this. It's just to emphasize the fact that I have got a penguin wearing a scarf, and so I just want to go back to the greys, and I just want to put a little bit of colour onto his skis. So there we go. There we are. And then I just want a bit of colour on the foliage at the top. So let's go for let's do the berries. And then I don't have to go too mad with this, as long as there's a hint of colour, which is fine. So just using the very tip of the marker, the alcohol marker, just to emphasize the fact that we have got some colour. Now what I am going to do, just to be a bit more realistic with this, you can I don't know if you notice, but a lot of spruce trees and that do have a certain amount of brown in them, so I'm just flicking a little bit of brown into my foliage. We go like that, and then I just want a green, let's go for green for the holly leaves. Totally different green. And there, obviously when you're at home doing this, you can take a lot more time. I mean, you can sit of an evening, stamp a lot of these out, and then just sit and colour in front of the TV or something of an evening. You can get quite a few done. So, a bit darker just to highlight the veins of the holly leaves. Just along there, a bit there, there. Cool, yeah. Yeah, a bit more in the leaves. There we go. And that, my friends, is all there is to it. And you have got yourselves a very nice dark green, isn't it? And there, my friends, you have got yourselves a very nice Christmas card made from Papercraft Society Box 37 using the stencil and the stamps. I hope you like it. Thank you very much for watching, and look forward to seeing you next time on my next video. And if you like what you've seen, please subscribe below, like and share it. It'd be absolutely brilliant, and look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.